Ascension.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Eric here with Rasāyana Living. Thank you so much for being here. So today I wanted to make something a little bit different. I feel like I'm usually the one giving you guys just pure advice, and I'm going to be giving a little bit of advice. I think I try to make my videos as informative as possible, but I also want to talk about my own journey. I've done a little bit of that on my blog post on my website, on my What I Learned in a 90-Day Juice Fast blog post. I think I may have spoken about alopecia, but I never really dedicated something to it, and I know that it is something that a lot of people are dealing with. Especially men. I know, of course, I've met women who have dealt with it, but I'm for some reason I'm starting to notice it a lot more in men. I think one of the most obvious reasons for that is probably because men typically have shorter hair, so it's easier to see. But it's so much more than it was like 10, 15 years ago. As the human diet progressively gets worse, so does their conditions. I live in New York City, so I'm exposed to such a plethora of people, and I'm always seeing men with bald spots now on their beard, on their head, at the top of their head, over here, like a dime size or a quarter size, and it gets worse. Some people go fully bald with alopecia. In my specific case, I had a quarter size spot over here, maybe a nickel, in between a nickel and a quarter of a bald spot right here on my beard. I used to get, I had a bald spot right here in the back of my head. That one was probably the biggest one, and that took the longest to heal. And then I had a few other spots that would come periodically in just different parts of my hair, and then they would go away and then they would come back. So it wasn't fun dealing with alopecia. So I'm gonna read you guys the definition of alopecia according to Google. Sudden hair loss that starts with one or more circular bald patches that may overlap. Alopecia occurs when the immune system attacks hair follicles, and may be brought on by severe stress. Stress is part of it because stress lowers the immune system. The main symptom is hair loss. Treatment may address underlying conditions and includes topical scalp medications, which make the situation worse. It says that it's common with more than 200,000 US cases per year. And it says treatment can help, but this condition cannot be cured. That is complete bullshit. I cured myself, 100% cured myself of alopecia. So what I used to do in the beginning, I don't want to make this video super long, but what I used to do in the beginning is, because I didn't know any better, I didn't know about detoxification, I went to my primary care doctor and he would send me to dermatologists. I went to a few, and they would inject my head with steroids in the bald spots. So imagine there was a circle bald spot here. They would actually take steroids, inject it there, and what that's supposed to do is it's supposed to stop the growth of the bald spot. That is a treatment-based modality. So if you want to know the difference between a treatment-based modality and a healing-based modality, go watch my last video on that topic. The Western way of treating dis-ease or illness is take a pill, take a steroid, get a surgery, and remove this issue, but don't ever remove the cause. And that's the problem. And that's why I said that, yes, it says that it may be brought on by severe stress. Well, stress does lower the immune system, and that's a cop-out of the medical community, because they can just say, oh, you're just stressed out. That's why you're getting this. And that's not just the case. It is severe systemic acidosis. That is the cause for all of autoimmune diseases. If you have an autoimmune disease or a dis-ease in general, diseases, again, are a fabrication of the medical community. I will always say that probably in all of my videos, because it's the truth. Diseases don't exist. Symptoms exist. Your body will give you symptoms to show you that something that you're doing is not right. And when your body is so-called attacking itself, it's not. Your body is acidic and it's trying to get rid of weak tissue, weak hair follicles, so that it can have more adequate space for alkalinity and for fluidity. It's trying to preserve your body as much as it can. But the only reason why it can't is because of something you're consuming. So stress lowers your immune system, so stress can be part of it, but also what are you eating? Are you eating acidic foods? Are you eating foods that are detrimental to the growth and expansion of your brain, your mind, body, and soul? And this is when I get into the importance of eating a diet that's in alignment with your species. Every single species on Earth has a species-specific diet. And ours just so happens to be, predominantly fruit. We are, our closest living relatives are the bonobos. They eat predominantly fruit. I believe they do eat nuts, seeds, and they eat vegetables, and I think they even eat bugs actually. But that's probably 1 or 2% of their diet. And when you do start to eat more in alignment with your species-specific diet, you also take the right herbs. So a lot of the formulas that I became a certified detoxification specialist, as I'm sure most of you know. If this is your first time here, you don't know that. I'm introducing myself to you for the first time. But I took herbs that have to do with circulation. I took herbs to enhance my brain and nervous system, my lymphatic system, my kidneys, of course, and I did certain exercises to amplify the removal of acid in my body, the removal of lymphatic stagnation. You can check out my rebounding video. And it took time, but over time I completely cured myself of alopecia. I don't have it anymore. And it's interesting because the way the body cures itself, or gets rid of toxins, it's in layers. We are onions. So again, a Western-based thinking, a treatment-based thinking, a germ theory way of thinking. Again, watch my last video. They think that you have to take pills and you need steroids to cure things. That's not how it works. You remove the cause and then all acid leaves and then your body rebuilds itself. And you can rebuild yourself on fruits, berries, and especially greens. Greens are great for rebuilding the system. Greens are a little bit higher in protein, whereas fruits have the astringency to remove acid from the system.
Before we do the fruit juices, I want to qualify and explain the difference between fruits and vegetables. Now, vegetables, we consider them to be our body builders. They will build the muscle, the tissues, the glands, the organs. Fruits basically are the body cleansers and quick energizers. Now, there's a little overlap there, but that's the way we basically categorize them.
And so the way that I started to heal, the bald spots that I had went away with the steroid injections, that temporarily went away, they came back. Because I started to heal, all that tissue, that temporary tissue that my body was like, okay, well, we'll grow some hair back here, it came out. So I went through my bald spot again, and then it took longer for the hair to grow back. And now that it's grown back, I'll never have alopecia again. I'm essentially cured. I'll never have a bald spot there. It was a situation where every, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or even sometimes a few months, I would get a new patch, a new bald spot for the duration that I had it. I only did have alopecia for like about a year or so because then I discovered detoxification. But throughout that time, it was tough. It was hard. It was a lot to deal with. It took a huge toll on my self-esteem. I was wasting so much money going to the barber, and I was always giving myself like a skin fade to make sure that all the bald spots here were like gone. The beard, I just kind of sucked it up and just had a little patch here. Every now and then when I would see someone looking at it, I would be a little insecure. But now, guys, I have a full head of hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have, if I grow this in, you're not gonna see any bald spots. And so I say all that to say that you can absolutely heal from alopecia. You can absolutely heal from alopecia. I've helped my clients heal from alopecia. It just takes a little bit of effort from your end. A lot of people do reach out to me asking me like what specific things I did to heal somebody, or what specific things I did to heal my own body. And I do talk about that, like my 90-day juice fast, which I'm not saying that everybody has to go on a 90-day juice fast. You can absolutely heal alopecia without fasting for 3 months like I did. But there's no one-size-fits-all protocol to detoxification. I feel like a broken record, but I have to say it because I think it needs to click with people. There's no, in the Western way of executing when it comes to disease. I used to work for pharmaceuticals. It's like one medication for all these people who have the same thing. But when it comes to healing your body, we have to look at the damages within your body. So if you are struggling with alopecia, I'd be more than happy to help you heal that. What I will say is that you will be on automatically, when you're dealing with alopecia, an upper circulation formula as well as a brain and nervous system formula. Like, that's inevitable. You're gonna need that for this, head region. But other than that, we also have to make sure you're on the right kidney formulas, the right lymphatic formulas, et cetera, et cetera. So if you are interested in working with someone and you're interested in getting to the root cause of your health issues so that you never have to deal with them again, you don't need the steroids, you don't need the medications, and you can stay well for the rest of your life, I am a certified detoxification specialist and herbalist. You can check out my website. I'm going to leave it in the description down below. I would love to write you a personalized protocol, a personalized diet plan, and get you rolling so that in a few months you have a full head of hair and a beard. There's just no reason for people to suffer anymore. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for being here. If you like what you hear, I would love for you to press the subscribe button, press the notification bell when you do subscribe so that you can be notified when I upload a new video. I'm constantly putting out content about detoxification and helping people and just spreading the knowledge that I've been blessed enough to gain through training and through years of research as well, and experimenting on my own body and then working with amazing clients. I would appreciate it if you can press the like button. It helps me out. It helps out the YouTube algorithm as well, so it helps you out. And check me out on Instagram. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below or send me an email. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, love, and blessings.